Is 5 days too soon to follow up after an interview? When should you follow up after an interview? Welcome to my YouTube channel for the final segment in this series. We have been for the past 1 month discussing what to do in an interview situation which can be utilized in other meetings. And today we are going to talk about what you should do after an interview. Below I'll post the links for the other videos for those who it is their first time to watch, or for those who might have missed any video. For those who are subscribed to my channel, thank you. For those who are still listening, thank you. And for those who it's the new time, my name is Gina Kieti. I'm a mentor and coach. Let's commence. The period after an interview is very critical. This is because it not only allows you to present yourself as a professional, but here is another opportunity for you to elevate yourself as a candidate. You want to be remembered and for them to take note that you really want this job. But you want to do this in a way that you do not harass the hiring manager or recruiter. So how do we go about this in a professional way? Well, when you conclude your interview, always ask for the contact information of the hiring manager. If the hiring manager is not willing to give it to you, you can always ask for the recruiter's information. Why? This will enable you to do 2 things quite easily. The first one is send a thank you note within the next 24 to 36 hours of an interview. You can do this by WhatsApp, calling, message, email, but if you want to go that step further, you can send a handwritten note, as this will elevate you from the rest of the candidates. It might take longer for the handwritten note to arrive, especially if you use PO Box, but it will create a powerful impact in the recruiter or the hiring manager mind, because they will take note that this is somebody who likes doing things hands-on. Talk to me if you want to know how to further up, take that to the next step if you want to know how to utilize handwritten thank you notes. The next one is that by having the contact information of the hiring manager or recruiter, you will be able to follow up after the interview. Now, before we go and start following up in a resume, how do we follow up in a professional way? Unless you have a very urgent question or something major comes up and you really need to connect with the recruiter, the recommended time to follow up on your interview will depend on the initial interview. Most follow-ups should be done when you are either after your second interview, or you're giving up information, or like I said, there's an urgent question to be done. But if you have waited for at least 7 days after your initial interview, or 10 days after your second interview and you have not heard from the team, it is pretty safe to go and contact them and ask them for follow-up. Do this once, but don't send subsequent email, because now it will be more of an harassment. 2. After the interview, what do you do next? Assess your performance. No, not replaying the interview in your head, but rather evaluating how did I do. You will start by identifying the key points that were covered in the interview, questions that were asked during the interview, and the format that was used to present the interview. The goal here is to identify how did you do, what issues were covered, and why were they covered at this particular time. This can be important, especially if you're preparing for the interview for the future. But also remember, sometimes you can have a second interview, and should they decide to ask you the same questions, you will have already prepared enough to answer them differently without giving them the answer that you gave them the first time. So do a self-evaluation so that you know how you did. 3. Send any supporting documents that was requested. If there anything that was required but you did not give them during the interview, after the interview is the most important time to do them. This could be your references, consent form to perform a background check, web links, or any written assessment that you quoted during the interview and you feel that it will add points for you to get this job. Finally, if you have not contacted your reference, please, this is an opportunity to let them know that they will be contacted by a certain company, and it is always best for you to let them know prior to going to the interview. But after the interview, it's okay, because you don't want them to get off guard being called and being asked for your reference. So if there's anything that they need to prepare, they will be preparing. All in all, don't fear the interview. Whatever happens, you did your best, and utilize the interview as an opportunity to push you further rather than to keep you in a state of worry or anything. I want to wish you a lovely weekend. Enjoy your Friday, enjoy your Saturday, enjoy your next week. If you have any comments, please write them below, or you can always email me at kietingina777@gmail.com. Wish you all the best and see you in the next video. Bye bye.